Bam. So, what is going on, people? As you can see by the topic right there, hard work and things will come to you. This has something to do with the conversation that I did have about, I don't want to say an hour ago, and I don't want to say about 30 minutes ago or not that long ago. Now, I do not know how legit this is. I don't know how legit this is. So somebody hit me up on Instagram and my inbox or DMs, whatever you want to call it. And this person, their father, is a producer down in Miami, Florida. Now, I know a lot of the, I guess you could say, scammers, false promoters, people that just want money, all say from Miami, Florida. And a lot of the gigs and shows that they book that you hear about as always takes place in Dallas, Texas. Now, what people need to understand is this. Miami, Florida. Mind you, Miami, Florida is the biggest. It's still the scene of music to pop off. It's still the scene to pop off in music. It's always been that way since, I can't go too far back. I want to say the 70s, but the 70s and 60s were Hollywood. No, the 80s was Miami, the 90s was Atlanta, and I should do an actual discussion about that to let people know a lot of artists that you really did see. As a matter of fact, this is a side note, but back in the 90s, I understand though everyone's like East Coast, West Coast, but not every artist that you've seen coming out in the 90s was from the East and West Coast. A lot of artists that you see coming out were really from Atlanta, so the South. Been running music since the 90s till now, and yes, a lot of people from the East Coast are coming out, but they all sound and look like, and honestly biting and becoming culture vultures of the South and how we are down here. We're running this shit. So I just want to say that. I know a lot of people may be from the East Coast that will probably see this and say, probably get mad. But the truth is that you all are biting our shit. Keep it real. Look at Designer. He was biting Future from Atlanta. So there's that. But you guys understand something. In the 80s, Florida, especially Miami, was really running the music scene. Prince got his start. This shit got down there in Miami. Okay? And a lot of people just took off. Now, I gave the person my number. He texted me to he. Now, I do have to be a bit iffy, a bit skeptical. I don't know businesses now to be in terms of text. Some do, some don't. Most of the time, I'm thinking of the ways of calling or via email. Now, hard work pays off. Now again, before I really begin, don't always jump to the first offer that comes to you. I said this before in my last topic discussion video about, SoundCloud monetization. Don't always jump to the first thing that comes to you, and that's a mistake that a lot of artists do. And I understand the circumstances and the place where you may be at. Yes, you're broke. You're looking for a quick come up to get you out of a situation, that you're in. And the money from that, does help for a while. But look at people who've done that. Nothing good in the end, let alone in the middle, came of that. So don't always jump to the first thing. And I didn't do that. I stuck to my guns. I stuck to my roots. I conversationed with this individual and let them know, hey, it sounds nice, but please understand, first thing they wanted to know, are you on contract? No, I'm not on contract with anyone. Not tied down to no one. I have no management. There's no brand that I'm tied down to, which means I don't have to owe or pay people money. I don't. Okay? And I let them know, hey, I do have my own brand, and this is the name. Boom. Now, things they wanted to know, really chopping it up, letting them know, okay, do you have any contracts? They really want to know about the contracts. No, and I let them know, hey, I'm my own real independent person, which I am. A lot of people see that. And I broke it down for them. First word in that sentence, con. In other words, to con you out of whatever money you will make that they will see, that you will not get. Second word, track. In other words, to keep you on a path for so long, to keep you working to make them. Ain't gonna happen. Now, hard work, pays off. And what I'm getting to, is this in this conversation is that me as an artist who really put, honestly, in the beginning, you're going to lose money. You are. And there's going to be times where, later on, you probably will make some. Not all of it. But most majority of the time, there's going to be money lost. But it goes to show, if you don't give up and you keep really sticking to your guns, per se, your instincts, taking the time out and learning everything as you go along with whatever you want to do, and just keep pushing and pushing, promote, which is considered advertising, you going out there on whatever platforms without nothing behind you holding you down, figuring it out and saying, hey, now I'm on this platform, yada, 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 getting out there. And that's one of the best things, which is considered a gift of social media, that now everyone can find you, which is a good thing. But always leave room, because when they come to you, that leaves you room to open for negotiations. Always leave room to open for that. And that's what I did with this individual. And the thing is, I let things be known. Hey, I don't want to have a lot of people in a room if I choose to go do this. If you choose to produce me, cool, but I'll produce myself. Just leave me and an engineer and a place to record at, and everything else will be taken care of from there. And the only thing I have to worry about is just splitting money between me and this individual. That's it. There is no third, there is no fourth party. Now, let me remind you, it is still open for me to join this concert. But again, you have to be business first and don't jump to everything that comes right away. So I like that, how we able to talk and had this, just be able to, conversate. Because I need to show them, this is where I'm at, this is what I'm asking, this is what I'm looking to do, and this is what I want the outcome to be. And no, I'm not an artist who does singles. I'm not in the singles market. I was simply raised on just doing projects. Like Prince. He just put out music after project. Now, that's what I was raised on. So, hard work pays off. Being actually independent, going out there without having a team. Again, I had conversations as why I'm not on a team, why I don't join a group, because my past experiences with that were just never good. Was never good. I say that because it's not meant for everyone. If you look back in history, with a lot of groups, it was always, honestly, everyone wanted to say creative differences, but that wasn't the case. It's always money. But, if you actually go out there and put the work in, things will come to you. And yes, I'm glad that people do discover me and that they get a sense of, I want to say awareness, a sense of awareness. And And mind you, I got, next month I'll be 28 years old. Then I got several more years on top of that when I'm 30. Look, I'm okay with not being. It's okay, if I don't become international. But that's what social media is for, because just about everyone who does something, you're practically considered, honestly, really international in your own way. You ain't got to be on TV. No. But I do like people that discover me, and you have to really know how to use these platforms of social media to your advantage. And if you go into something, play around with it for a while, and if you like it, learn. And as you're learning, be um, not just aware, not just to have fun, but be serious. If this is something you're pushing, because I tried to make it in music because there was never a job I could find that I liked. God, I haven't really worked at a job since 2009, and didn't really receive a last work paycheck till, honestly, the mid of 2010. So, let me remind you, I've been out of school since, God, over a decade, which is, got out in 09, 010-ish. So, 2010 from 2018 is, I think, 13, 12-ish years since I've been out of school. Remind you, I'm almost 30, so, I haven't worked since 2009, because I always try to push myself something that I wanted to do. And one thing I learned, I found success without having any money. I know that sounds weird, but I did. I found success. And I found success when I was doing clothing. I found success when I was doing artwork. I found a gleam of success in music without making anything from it. Even now, with some business I do over in Nigeria, in terms of management for movies, clothing over there, and here I am. So I always found success without making anything from it. And, things will come. You just got to do the hard work. You got to be willing to do it. You can't expect people to do it for you. Can't do it. And how long I've been doing music? About to go on 9 years in August. At the end of next year, I'm going to retire. Because my attention drafts. My attention has drifted from music to going back into business of selling clothes, wanting to do it, going into the jewelry market, and managing with acting. Now, I can't act worth shit. I can't. No. But I have great ideas, and it'd be nice to find a writer who would help me write a movie. Oh, would it be great? That's some brilliant ideas. Especially with horror films. I love horror films to death, though. My favorite series, Texas Chainsaw. Seen them all, own half of them. But, yeah. There's always success in some way. And just because what works for somebody else don't mean it's going to work for you. Don't be a sheep that's being led by a shepherd that's being led by somebody else. Go ahead, steer off the path, and make your own trail. And that's what I did. So, yeah. Hope people enjoy this conversation. This will be uploaded to my political topic channel on YouTube, which is Cheddar Terry 931. And guys, also please check out my entertainment channel, which is Jazzy Entertainment. I'm out.